I think so, because you're not a non-resident.
We're gonna start. Okay. Welcome to the Homeschool Drama Club Live Performance 2018. There will be 6 pieces tonight. The show will last about 30 minutes, probably a little less. Please silence your cell phones, but you may take pictures and videos without any flash, please. Now, without further ado, sit up, pay attention, and enjoy the show. First up, we have a monologue from You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. Sally Brown is ranting to her teacher about getting a C on her coat hanger sculpture. Kiana Santos plays Sally Brown.
On my coat hanger sculpture? How can anyone get a C in coat hanger sculpture? May I ask a question? Was I being judged on the piece of sculpture itself? If so, is it not true that time alone can judge a work of art? Or was I judged on what I learned about this project? If so, was it not you, my teacher, also being judged on your ability to transmit your knowledge to me? Are you willing to share my C? Perhaps I was being judged on the quality of coat hangers itself, out of which my creation is made. Now, is this not also unfair? Am I to be judged by the quality of coat hangers that I use in the dry cleaning establishment that returns our garments? Is that not the responsibility of my parents? Should they not share my C?
Second is also from You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, but this time Lucy Van Pelt is ranting about wanting to be a queen. Abby Chase plays Lucy Van Pelt.
Do you know what I intend? I intend to be a queen. When I grow up, I'm going to be the biggest queen there ever was. And then I'll live in a big palace and all the people will wave and I will shout at them. And in the summertime, I'll go to my summer palace and wear my crown and swimming and everything. And all the people would cheer and I would shout at them, "What do you mean I can't be a queen?" Nobody should be kept from being a queen if they really want to be one. It's just a matter of knowing the right people. Well, if I can't be a queen, then I'll be very rich and I'll buy myself a queendom. Yes, I will buy myself a queendom, and then I'll kick out the old queen and take over the whole operation myself. I will be head queen.
Third is a monologue from Anna Green Gables. Anne is apologizing to Miss Barry because Anne and her best friend Diana accidentally jumped on Miss Barry's head in the middle of the night. Messina DeGrazia Roberts plays Anne.
I am Anne of Green Gables, and I have come to confess it was all my doing, Miss Barry. Diana would never think of such thing as racing into a bed and jumping on it. She's far too ladylike, whereas I'm merely an orphan who doesn't know any better. So I think you ought to forgive Diana and let her have her music lesson back. I don't know what it's like to be awakened from a few hours of precious sleep granted to an old woman by 2 furious wild girls landing on her head. It must have been terrifying in the extreme, but if you had any imagination, you could have put yourself in our place. Do you have any imagination, Miss Barry? Well, we honestly didn't know you were in there. You scared us half to death. You should just imagine how exciting it was going to be for me to sleep in a spare bedroom reserved for more important company such as yourself. And as it was, I had to sleep with Minnie May, and you don't know how she kicks. Minnie was asleep with a battery. Disappointed, Miss Barry, I was forced to lie awake all night with the knowledge that I had cost Diana her career as a world-famous concert pianist.
Next up is a monologue from The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Huckleberry Finn is arguing with Tom to not be rich. Huckleberry Finn is played by Ben Chase.
Tom, don't talk about it. I tried it and it don't work. It don't work, Tom. It ain't for me. The wood is good to me and friendly, but I can't stand her ways. She makes me eat by a bell, she goes to bed by a bell, she gets up by a bell. She won't let me sleep in the woodshed. I gotta wear these stupid clothes that just smothers me. And she makes me wake up at the same time every morning, and I mean every morning. I gotta go to church and sweat and sweat. I hate the morning sermons. I can't catch a fly in there. I can't shop. I gotta wear these stupid shoes all Sunday. Everything's so awful regular, our body can't stand it. It makes no difference that everybody does it, Tom. I ain't everybody, and I can't stand it. It's awful to be tied up so and grip comes too easy. You know I don't take any interest in vittles. I gotta ask to go fishing, I gotta ask to go into swimming. Darn, I gotta ask to do everything. Well, I got tucked so nice it was no comfort. Gotta go into the attic and rip out just a day to get a taste of my mouth or I'd have died, Tom. Plus that school was gonna open, and I had to go to it. I would have stood that, Tom. Just look, being rich ain't what it's meant to be. It's just worry and sweat and wishing you was dead all the time. I wouldn't have ever gotten into this trouble if it hadn't been for that money. You just take my shirt along with your name and give me a 10 steps sometimes. But not many times. No, Tom, I won't be rich and I won't live in them cuss smothery houses. So what? Blame it all. Just we got guns and a cave and we're all fixed to rob. Here's their foolishness has got to come up and spoil it all.
Next is a monologue from Othello. Iago is angry and jealous because he didn't get the promotion that he expected Othello to give him. Cassio got the promotion instead. Iago is plotting his revenge on Othello, referred to as the Moor, and Cassio. Thomas Chase plays Iago.
Thus do I ever make my fool my purse, for I mine own game knowledge should profane, if I would time expend with such a snipe for my own sport and profit. I hate the Moor, and it is thought abroad that twixt my sheets he has done my office. I know not if by true, but I, for mere suspicion of that kind, will do this for surety. He holds me well, the better shall my purpose work on him. But Cassio is a proper man. Let me see now. To get his place and to pull up my will in double knavery. How? How? After some time, to abuse Othello's ear that he is too familiar with his wife. He hath a person and a smooth disposed to be suspected, framed to make woman false. The Moor is of a free and open nature that thinks men honest but seem to be so, and will as tenderly be led by the nose as asses are. I have it. It is agended. Hell and night must bring this monster forth from our flight.
Next, we have the scene from As You Like It. Rosalind is banished from court and goes to live in the forest. Celia, her best friend, goes with her. For their safety, Rosalind disguises herself as a man named Ganymede, and Celia disguises herself as a shepherdess. Orlando, Rosalind's lover, leaves poems on the trees for Rosalind to find. In this scene, Rosalind and Celia discover the poems for the first time. Iago Tillery as Rosalind and Kailani Grady Unger as Celia.
Didst thou hear these verses?
Oh yes, and more too, for some of them had in them more verses than the feet would bear.
That's no matter, the feet might bear the verses.
Aye, but the feet were lame and could not bear themselves without the verse, and therefore stood lamely in the verse.
But didst thou hear without wondering how thy name should be hanged and carved upon these trees?
I was 7 of the 9 days out of the wonder before you came. For look here what I found on a palm tree. I was never sober rhymed since Pythagoras' time. That I was an Irish rat, which I can hardly remember.
True you who hath done this.
Is it a man?
and a chain that you once wore about his neck. Change your color.
I prithee, who?
Oh, Lord, Lord, it is a hard matter for friends to meet, but mountains may be removed by earthquakes and so encounter.
Nay, but who is it?
Is it possible?
Nay, I prithee with the most petitionary vehemence, tell me who it is.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, and most wonderful, wonderful, and yet again wonderful, and after that, out of all hooping.
Good my complexion. Dost thou think, though I am comparisoned like a man, I have a doublet and hose in my disposition? 1 inch of delaying more is a South Sea of discovery. I prithee, tell me who it is quickly, and speak apace. I would thou couldst stammer that thou mightst pour this concealed man out of thy mouth, as wine comes out of a narrow mouth bottle, either too much at once or none at all. I prithee, take the cork out of thy mouth, that I may drink thy tidings.
So you may put a man in your belly.
Is he of God's making? What manner of man? Is his head with a hat, or his chin with a beard?
Nay, he hath but a little beard.
Why, God will send more if the man will be thankful. Let me stay the growth of his beard, if thou delay me not the knowledge of his chin.
It is young Orlando that tripped up the wrestler's heels and your heart both in an instant.
Nay, but the devil take mocking. Speak, sad brow of true maid.
By faith, 'cause 'tis he.
Orlando?
Orlando.
Alas the day! What shall I do with my doublet and hose? What said he when thou saw'st him? How looked he? Wherein went he? Where remained he? Did he ask for me? How parted he with thee, and when shalt thou see him again? Answer me in one word.
You must borrow me the Gargantua's mouth first. 'Tis a word too great for any mouth of this age's size. Say aye and no to these particulars is more than to answer in a catechism.
Doth he know I'm in this forest, and in man's apparel? Looks he as freshly as the day he wrestled?
It is as easy to count atomies as to resolve the propositions of a lover, but take a taste of my finding him, and relish it with good observance. I found him under a tree, like a dropped acorn.
It may as well be called Jove's tree when it drops forth such fruit.
Give me audience, good madam.
Proceed.
There he lay, stretched along, like a wounded knight.
Though it be a pity to see such a sight, it well becomes the ground.
Cry hollow to thy tongue, I prithee, it curvets unseasonably. He was furnished like a hunter.
Oh, ominous! He comes to kill my heart!
I would sing my song without a burden, thou bringest me out of tune.
Do you not know that I am a woman? When I think I must speak, sweet, say on.
You bring me out. Soft, come see not here. Welcome the cast of Homeschool Drama Club 2018!
I'm taking a picture.
I need to go wash off this face paint.